I'm joined here today by the one, the only. Of course, I'm talking about the legendary Khalid Taha, set to take on Jack Shore coming up at the UFC Vegas. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm good, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you for asking. First things first, you are currently in Germany. How's everything going with the COVID? Are you able to train correctly? What's your current situation like?
Now it's good. The gyms are open. We can train everywhere. We can join the classes, but I think it's going to be more bad now. They are starting to close the shops again, the restaurants, but only some places, but it's like getting slowly more bad.
And so we know that you're going to have to go to Vegas around November for your fight. Do you think that's going to affect your travel, or are you going to have to do anything special?
I hope not because I'm gonna be there like 2 weeks before the fight. So end of October, I'm gonna fly to Vegas. I think till then it's gonna be the same like now. It's maybe 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks, and then I'm gonna fly. So I think problems to
it's
travel.
coming. It's coming up very soon. First things first, though, you barely missed out on UFC Fight Island, which we know is taking place currently this month. Would you have wanted to compete on UFC Fight Island, or are you fine just competing in Nevada?
I'm fine, to be honest. I don't care where I compete. I only want to compete. I Last time, for example, I competed in Australia. First, when I knew that I was supposed to fight in Abu Dhabi. Then they moved the fight to Australia, and I was like, "Damn, where is Australia?" I mean, that's really at the end of the world. And that, for example, in my opinion, it was an experience like I would now, if they would ask me, I would every time would fight in Australia again. It was such an amazing experience. It was so nice. It was amazing.
And so, are you enjoying all the travel? Because we know that I think the events in Germany is like what, once a year, maybe once every 2 years, something like that. Like you get used to traveling, but are you enjoying it?
Yes, I love it because every time I travel, I you see so much, so many things. You can train with so many people. You can use it like also vacation. Of course, not before the fight, but like after the fight and all this stuff. It's amazing. I love it.
So, if I'm not mistaken, you're currently wearing a Khalid Taha T-shirt. It seems like you have your
Yeah,
own merchandise. What's going on with that?
that's a new one. I just got it today, and on the back is like a logo with my initials KT. We're gonna see. We're gonna make some good stuff coming soon.
Did you come up with a design, or did you have a team come up with that for you?
No, I have some good teams here, some good guys. They are helping me around.
And so, for anybody interested in buying some kind of merchandise from you, is there a place where you can do that? Do you have a website where we can purchase T-shirts like that?
I'm gonna post everything on my social media account on Instagram. I'm gonna let them all know. We're just like in the beginning.
All right, sounds good. Very interesting. Let's get into
Thank
this
you.
fight a little bit. Obviously, you're taking on Jack Shore. What was your reaction when I assume your management came to you and told you that was the next fight you would be taking?
To be honest, my management and everyone knows that I'm like I just want to fight. I don't know. I don't care who. Of course, in my opinion, I would love to fight. I know I'm not like uh, I don't have 10 fights or something like that in the UFC. So I'm not asking like for someone in the top 10 or top 15 now. But I saw Jack Shaw. He's a good guy. He's a good name. He's undefeated, and I like to fight somebody like, for example, like Jack Shaw, who's undefeated, be the first one who beats him, or it's kind of interesting for me, for myself.
And so the fact that he has that nice little zero on his record, the undefeated, does that give you any kind of extra motivation going into this fight?
I never underestimated someone. I never like not motivated if I fight someone who lost his last fight or last two, or who's unfit. I I really don't care about that stuff, about record and all this stuff.
So you find out about this fight with Jack Shore. I'm sure you and your team kind of take a look at it. How do you like the matchup against Shore?
I like it. He's young undefeated prospect. He's a good guy. He's but I think his fighting style fixed to mine. We have a very good game. We have a good game plan on that, and we're motivated, and I think it will be a good fight.
Of course, it's always interesting to hear about the game plans, but I know you guys can't tell us anything, right? Because when you're preparing, everything's got to be kept a secret.
Yeah, for sure, of course.
So this fight with Jack, though, what does this do for your career? Because you've been out for a year. Now you have this undefeated prospect. That must be pretty big for your career if you go out there and get the impressive win.
Yeah, for my career, it will be a big one, yes. But to be honest, I have no pressure. I have no. It was a it was a year like it was hard for everyone because of the COVID situation. There were not that many fights. Many fighters are like out like a year or maybe more. I used the time very good. I trained a lot. I I think there's no pressure to me, and I think he has to prove something because I don't think that he fought someone like me before. Um, they call him like the tank because of his condition, his pressure, but I don't think that he fought someone with a tank like mine, with someone with the pressure like mine, because he's like always taking the center and pressuring his opponents, and all his fights, also his last UFC bouts, they made whatever he wants. And I think it will be different when he faces someone like me.
So during your year off, what are you kind of working on? Is this a chance for you to sort of focus on recovery? Are you trying to stay sharp just in case you have a fight? What's going on during this year-long break?
I was always in training. The good thing is that we have an own like a big gym here, so we could train all the time. It wasn't like, of course, we didn't have the classes with 20 people or something like that in the beginnings, but we were always able to train. We had the gyms here. We could open them by ourselves, and my brother is here. He's my coach. My other coaches were here, so everything was good.
And so, if I'm not mistaken, are you the first Lebanese fighter in the UFC? Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
What does that mean for you? Something like that? That's pretty historic, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. It means the world to me. And this time is the first time they will announce me that I'm
Ah.
from Lebanon, because before they announced always Germany. I raised the Lebanese flag, but they announced Germany. But this time they will announce Lebanon, and that will be also the first time. It's historical. It's amazing. It's such a nice feeling because we are like a small country. We have not that much opportunities like other fighters, other people, and to be in the Champions League in the biggest division in the world, and compete there and to be victorious. It's unbelievable when you see how many Lebanese people are around, how many messages I got, how much support. It's such an amazing feeling.
And so, are you gonna wear the Lebanese Reebok kit? Like, I know they let you choose between all the different countries and stuff. Are you gonna be wearing that?
Yes, you have to imagine. My debut was on short notice, and then I told them. They asked me for which country I'm fighting, and I told them Lebanon. They said we don't
Yeah,
have it. We never made it before. We need at least 6 weeks
yeah.
to make it, and that was the time where I had the German purge from Reebok, but I raised the Lebanese flag. And then for my second fight in Atlanta, I had the Lebanese one, and in Australia also. So now they
Yeah.
have the Lebanese
Well,
flag.
that's special because you know that the Lebanese, like, it's specifically for you. They made it with you in mind, so that's got to be a
Yeah,
pretty cool thing.
yeah, it is very much.
But so, from you being from all these countries, though, because we hear your English, obviously you have excellent English. You're from Lebanon. You're from Germany. How many languages can you speak?
I speak English, Arabic. The nice thing on Arabic is you have to know like people from Egypt, from Syria, from Morocco, from Lebanon, from everywhere. We could understand each other. Yeah, then yeah, German of course, English. Yeah, I think that's it.
Just so many,
That should be enough.
so many languages. You have to think about it. Well,
Yeah.
what was the toughest language to learn for you?
Um, I don't know. To be honest, I grew up with German. Because I was born in Germany. My parents, since I'm young, they teach me to talk Arabic. So I don't know. Maybe English in
Yeah.
school.
But I mean, obviously, it's been very good because it's gotten you to this point where you can do interviews fluently and stuff like that. So it's definitely excellent having that many languages.
Yeah, it's still not on point, but it's getting better. My English is it's becoming better also from all the
Yeah.
traveling and this stuff. I had so many training camps around, like in Canada, in the US, in Vegas, and so that I think that helped me the most.
So when you were in Australia, how did you deal with the Australian accents? Obviously, it's English, right? But it's a little bit different. Like
It's
people
hard.
aren't used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sometimes I was like, what? Is he talking English? Yeah, but I had there a huge people, so many people from Lebanon. I have there such a big family, so we were used to talk a lot in Arabic. So that was easy. It was good.
It's very good. I mean, it's very important too for your parents. I mean, they raise you with that, and then you have all these languages, and obviously, it's a good opportunity for you as well.
Yeah, sure, of course, it's a very big opportunity.
And so, getting back to this fight with Jack Short, was this like when you imagine your big return? Was this the kind of opponent you were hoping for? Like, was this the right guy to mark your return against?
Yeah, to be honest, I was before I called out Sean
Yeah.
O'Malley. When he was undefeated. Then they matched him up with Chito Vera, and I posted it before in my story. I knew Chito was going to beat him. Um, I didn't hope that it happens like that way, but however it happened, and he's still he's not undefeated anymore, and he's still talking trash and saying I didn't lose, and but now he's not interested anymore. I'm happy. I'm happy with the matchup. It's nice. He's an ex Cage Warriors champion, undefeated amateur fights, professional career. It's very nice to face someone like him.
All right, and one last question for you, kind of an easy one that you're going to hear a million times, but how do you see yourself getting the win against Shore?
To be honest, I think I'm gonna finish him. I'm I never go for the finish, but I think I'm gonna finish him because I don't think that he can handle my pressure. I'm gonna pressure him 15 minutes. I'm gonna make him tired. I'm gonna make him quit, and I'm gonna finish him.
All right, well, there we go. That's the official prediction from Khalid himself. Listen, man, thanks so much for the time. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to this fight. It's going to be a great
Thank
fight.
you. Thank you so much.